Now at the point this video comes out, I'm going to be over in Atlanta at WorkbenchCon with some of the most amazing makers and creators that I've only had the privilege of knowing because of what I have done on YouTube. So that seems a really weird point to have to say to you. In order to make your CNC lives easier, I need to walk away from YouTube. But hopefully not for too long. Now when I started making my videos, it was not about money, likes or subscribers like a lot of people do. It was for three very simple reasons: learning more about filming, becoming a more confident presenter, and being able to help people in an easy way get into CNC and laser. And I'd like to think for the most part I have achieved this and made a lot of your lives much easier in getting started with your machines. But there's still more I can do, and there is still more that I can give. But what a lot of people don't realise is actually YouTube is not my job. I have a full-time job already. I also have a wife, so to be able to do all of this on top, it takes up a lot of time. I think last year, 2024, I put out nearly 45 videos, and some of those videos take weeks, if not months to do, especially when we're talking about things like machine reviews, and all that time really starts to accumulate. Now, in order to do those projects that I've got going on in the background, I just need to take a bit of a step back from YouTube and basically put more into my project and a little bit less time into YouTube. I'm still going to be making content, I'm still going to be doing tutorials, but the balance of things needs to shift in order to deliver, as I say, these background projects that have been going on. Now there are two main projects that I'm referring to here. The one I've already mentioned in a previous video, which is a Speeds and Feeds website and app, ultimately to make your life much easier when you are starting your jobs and getting into CNC. And let's talk about that in a little bit more detail before I tell you the second phase, which is hopefully going to be very exciting. The Feeds and Speeds website / app. Well, the first thing I need to highlight here is there's already a landing page active for the website. So head over to onlycncs.com, sign up to the newsletter, because ultimately that's the fastest and easiest way for me to keep you updated, let you know when things are going to be ready, but also when I need people to test the app, which is going to be crucial to making all this work. Now the app and website itself, the whole point of this is keeping it as simple as possible. 4 things you're going to have to answer: what machine you are using, what router or spindle you are using, and all being well, it should remember that information so you don't have to keep repeating it. Then next it will be what bit you are using and what material you're planning to cut. Now from that information, it should give you 2 sets of figures, one for area clearance or pocketing, and the second one for profile cuts, because there is a slight difference between the feeds and speeds you should be using for those 2 different types of cuts, and hopefully should make your life a lot easier. Now part of making this app work and be successful is users feeding back, so there will also be an area for you to say whether you believe the feeds and speeds are too fast or too slow, or ultimately too safe versus too aggressive. And then once you do that, it should be able to update the database for everybody else to make sure they're all getting the best results. So hopefully it should be a really useful tool for people when getting into CNC. And the second project, which I'm really excited about, is a range of CNC courses and more personalised help. Now, one thing people don't realise about making YouTube videos is not only are you having to worry about people who want to watch your content, but actually you have to worry about people who don't want to watch your content as well, plus the things that you can and can't do on YouTube itself. So I'm working on a platform that's going to be offering a range of CNC courses for different levels of entry, but also running through things at different speeds as well. And on top of that, more one-to-one help. A lot of people just want a phone call or a video call to be able to discuss things and run through some basic problems. So myself, as well as another instructor from America, we're going to be offering this service, as well as the CNC courses, to hopefully make everyone's life much easier when they start getting into CNC. Now I should highlight this is still in the early phases. Things have been put in place, conversations have been had with people and companies, but ultimately, like most things, it takes time and it also takes quite a lot of money to make this happen. Now my goal is to have this delivered within 6 months, but ultimately make sure you sign up to Only CNCs and you'll get regular updates about what is actually going on and when to expect things. Now, most people probably wouldn't have done what I've done, speaking about this publicly so early, because it does come with risks. But ultimately, I have to trust that my followers and subscribers want to see this happen because of how much it's going to benefit everyone. But actually, the reason I'm talking about it publicly so early is to hold myself accountable for it. These projects have been in the background for a while, and it's very easy to keep dismissing them when they're in the background. So by talking about them publicly, it's going to drive me to actually make things happen and get everything done, because say it benefits everyone else, which is ultimately my goal. So yeah, this is why I'm taking a step back. I just need to focus elsewhere and get all of this delivered. I really appreciate the support I've had from everyone over the last few years, and hopefully it's all going to be worth it for these extra things that I'm bringing to the CNC community. So thank you all very much for watching. Final thanks as always goes to my patrons, and I'm not going to say I'll see you soon, but I will certainly see you in the future.